Okay, what's up, fam? Let's get into it. Okay, this conscious beef between Dr. Umar and Seti, and it's actually more than that because it started from Seti and Sinetta and young Pharaoh with this debate that they were supposed to be having. But we go stick right now just with Dr. Umar and Seti. Now, I'm not pro Umar. I'm not pro Seti. I'm just speaking from what I observed from both of them. Now, let me say this again. I respect both of these men. Dr. Umar and Seti. I think they both have a lot of information they can give. I think they both have done a lot for the community. I believe and think that they are still necessary for the community. Now, with that said, I see a lot of people posting videos talking about how they're disappointed at Seti and they're disappointed at Dr. Umar. Now, when a person's expectations aren't met and you put your faith and your belief all in one man as if he's more than just a man and that somehow he's going to rise above being human as a man, then you're going to be disappointed every time. There's not one leader in this world throughout history who have not went backwards in their behavior or character at some point in time. So, with that being said, when Dr. Umar heard about this so-called, this beef with Seti and Sinetta, he got online and he was saying how, uh, it needs to stop. But he also said that he wasn't going to get involved in their business. That's their business. He was talking about the community as a whole. And he thought it would be a good idea to get some elders together and to form, this, tribunal or this group to kind of govern the conscious community because of some of the things that was going on. It was getting out of hand. Now, the intent was good. I honestly believe the intent was good. Whether Dr. Umar had a little arrogance in there, but he made some statements saying nobody's bigger than him, I don't know. Maybe that's a fact. I have no idea. Based on his criteria of talking about bookings and lectures and reading and research, he may be correct. I don't know. But that offended Seti. Another thing that offended Seti, even though I believe Dr. Umar's intention was good, that when the things were going down with Sinetta, Seti said nobody reached out to him at the time. Nobody wanted to see if he was okay, and then everybody wanted to jump in at the end of it. And he also said a lot of the elders that Dr. Umar was naming wasn't his elders. He ain't heard from them. These elders, they haven't been active. They haven't checked on him. And they also did not come in at, when this beef was happening. They didn't check on him. So both of them have 2 points. Now, you don't have to have one person to be wrong for the other one to be right. Both of them can be right in their own position. And so, it was a shame to see Umar come out of himself, which for most people seemed to be very uncharacteristic of him. When he started cussing and going in on Seti and, really jumped on Seti, that was just a man who was angry, a man who felt like he had been disrespected. And so he went in on Seti as like Seti went on him. Now, people started making videos about all this stuff about Dr. Umar and how somehow he's creating racial skin tone divide amongst the black race and all now he's talking about light skinned black people and and short people. Y'all people out here, y'all way too damn sensitive. He wasn't talking about all light skinned people. He was specifically talking about Seti. When he started talking about short people, he was specifically talking about Seti. This is a man going in on another man, not a man going in on a whole demographic of people. I mean, I mean, be for real. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you are. I'm a nobody in this community. I know a little, but I have the common sense to be able to, separate the man from his behavior and what he's going through and what, who he's targeted. So Seti went in on him talking about how he was fat and all this other stuff. So is Seti going to separate all the overweight people from his community? You know, It said he go separate, the people in his community that fit the characteristics of Dr. Umar when he was going in on Dr. Umar? Of course not. So, y'all really need to stop being so sensitive. Just like Seti said, don't let this be an scapegoat for you to not be involved or not take action in a conscious community because you got your scapegoat now. These are two men going in on each other. It has nothing really to do with everybody, and they said things to hurt or to damage or to get one up on the other person. That's all it was. Unfortunately, it was something that happened publicly, and I believe that they, what I'm saying, that it should have been a phone call made, and they should have talked it out amongst themselves. Every time that we get mad, we have to stop being reactionary. This is what they're constantly telling us and preaching to us. But yet we see that they still human. Depending on what somebody says, somebody's gonna go in on you. That's becoming reactionary. And they go come out themselves depending on what was said about that person, especially if you're talking about somebody's character, you're talking about somebody's work, or you're talking about somebody's livelihood. They go say all kind of craziness. We already know Seti cuss all the time. So Seti, I don't know what's coming out, when Seti go come out of his characteristics or his character, because he cuss all the time. And, he probably can go another level up, but that's Seti. Now, I think people are really disappointed because Dr. Umar really, you really don't see Dr. Umar like that. But Dr. Umar wasn't on that platform of lecturing or educating people. He was addressing something Seti said that he felt was disrespectful. And the community took this and wanted to start playing sides, Republican, Democrat, all this, Seti, Umar, jumping sides, instead of using what they taught you, using what the elders taught you, follow Mayat, and just judging between what was wrong and what was right. If you do that, man does not play a factor. People got to stop making gods out of men. Stop making celebrities out of people, and then you get disappointed by them. Dr. Umar, is a very intelligent and bright man, just like Seti. And because they did this now, all the work that he did in the community, all the, lectures and research he did is no good. I mean, be for real, Seti went in. Do you think because Seti went in and said some things that now all of a sudden that, his travel, his lectures, his teaching, is it no good? Of course not. And when all this happened, now everybody wants to jump on and make a video and talk about they claim, this town and they got this town and they black back and, there's no fly zones. And you know what, man, this is crazy. This is really crazy because you can't claim something you never built. Everybody is regurgitating the majority of their information from somebody else because you had to learn from somebody. Now, you might have your own views, you might have your own perspectives, and you might have did some fact checking and adjusted or amended something you learned, but the foundation of what you know is not new. So you don't own it. It's, if you go be in this position, it's your job to spread it amongst the people and educate the people. Now you might have started RBG in your town and, you might be doing this in somebody else's town, but what I'm saying? Those are just sects of one thing. It's not like you could own it, and you shouldn't want to own it. You should want to spread it around because the more people that have it and have liberty to move within that community, the more people gonna learn. And I hope, and I'm not trying to disrespect anybody in the conscious community because there's a lot of brothers out there, and I learned something even from Seti's army. Brother was talking out of Florida. Brother, very intelligent brother. And I really like what he said. This is my opinion. People, you got to really watch what you say because you never know who you offend. You might have somebody that might be on the opposite side, but still, listen to you, still respect you. But, when y'all start talking about flexing like, I own and no fly zones and stuff like that. That that's really damaging, and it doesn't say much about us because if you have no fly zones and you can control a person from coming out, a black man from coming, you know, in your town, but you can't control your enemy from doing anything, that don't really show power. You know what I'm saying? That just